Here's Jackie in Earlysville, Virginia. Great to have you on the EIB network. Hello.
Hello, Rush. Thanks a lot for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am. You bet.
And I think Snerdley's great. Snerdley has the best laugh I've heard in a long, next to yours.
You know, his laugh is somewhat like Justice Thomas's laugh. Clarence Thomas has one of the most infectious...
It is infectious. Yes.
Infectious belly laughs that you have ever heard. And Snerdley's is similar, so you're right about that.
Yep, he's terrific. Anyway, should I get right to which point? I've got a couple.
Sure.
Okay. My first thing is I was going to call about this on an open line Friday and never got through. And I thought that maybe I could broach this subject with you today.
Well, now, wait a minute. Since you say that, I'm glad you said that because I've been mentioning the meaning to say something.
Yeah.
Open Line Friday, last Friday, was done in honor of Brian Williams. And in that vein, I offered callers the opportunity to call here and lie and make up anything they wanted. They could just make anything up, put themselves in any story, and see if they could sell it. See if they could make people believe their lie. And we had a couple of takers. So you've reminded, I wanted to extend that to callers this week, too. And I forgot to mention it. It's Tuesday, so it's not late enough in the week to have missed the opportunity.
That's right.
So I want to extend to you the opportunity now. Not that you will, but if you want to just make something up here in your call, in addition to the other 2 points you want to make.
Well, I could. One of the points is something that I have absolutely. I have no idea whether it's true or not. I would just kind of off the top of my head.
We love calls like this.
Okay. Okay. In my very best news voice, it has been reported that Hillary Clinton has undergone facial reconstructive surgery, better known as a facelift, and this is the reason that she has not been around to counter comments to the contrary.
Really? And I've heard those stories.
Have you?
Yes, I've been privy to them. There are countless reasons being advanced for Mrs. Clinton having gone on hiatus.
Yep.
Now, there's another reason, by the way, and it's just as valid, and maybe not more so. There's something about Hillary Clinton's undeniable. The less she is seen and heard, the higher her approval numbers go. No, seriously. Yeah. I'm not trying to be funny or insulting her. The more she's seen and the more she speaks, the worse her numbers get. And there's a new fundraising scandal has reared its head in the Washington Post and New York Times about Hillary. It looks like a replay of what happened in 2008 and did Hillary in then. Not even Operation Chaos could save her. And it's all about controversy in the fundraising groups. Have you seen the stories about all the money that Hillary's raised? That she's got so much money, it's going to scare every other Democrat off.
Yep.
Well, that story was also the same story as 2008. And Hillary had so much money and such an organization that it wasn't going to make any sense for anybody to try to compete with her. And then here came Obama, and all then got blown up. The same thing is happening, except there's a new twist. And that is that one of the fundraisers is David Brock. And it has been discovered that David Brock is paying commissions on the money that he is getting people to donate. So he's going out to people X, Y, and Z, and they're donating money. And he is paying a commission to people who are pitching these people to donate the money of 12.5%. And the donors have found out about this, and they don't like the fact that 12.5% of what they pledged to Hillary is going to somebody they don't even know. So Brock is in the middle of a firestorm here, and it is raising a focus on some of the chicanery going on in the Hillary and their fundraising apparatus, and it is revealed that there is an internal competition going on amongst all the different fundraisers. They're trying to get closer to Hillary. They want positions in her regime. They want ambassadorial appointments. And so people are engaging in all kinds of chicanery in their fundraising. They end up closer, the old butt-kissing thing that's going on. All the while, Mrs. Clinton is unseen. She's nowhere. Nobody knows where she is. She's not responding to any of this. Ergo, some of the rumors going around, such as the one that you've heard, that she's out getting work done.
Well, I believe it because she doesn't look as good as she should, I think, for the kind of competition that she's going to be facing.
Who? Biden?
No, from if she should get the nomination.
Elizabeth Warren? What do you mean competition?
Well, I'm talking about competition from the Republican.
Oh.
From the Republican side.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no way.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, everybody is making the same mistake. They're thinking that the primaries are a fait accompli.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time has to pass. She's going to win it. Elizabeth Warren didn't have a prayer. John Kerry said he may think about getting back in.
Yeah, I had heard that.
And he's been the Botox route. We already know that. He's already done this.
But it doesn't matter if a man does it, only if a woman does it.
Right. But now, what was it you just said? You said that she said it's a good thing she's doing this because she doesn't look as good as she should?
Or could. Let's put it that way.
Or could.
Yeah.
Well,
she looks like she's getting, well, we're all getting older, but she looks like she's really, been rode hard and put up wet.
Well, the caller's name here, folks, is Jackie from Earlysville, Virginia. And all callers are independent and are not instructed to say anything by the host. I still find it, you think she doesn't look as good as she should or could.
Right.
Isn't that kind of a triumph of emotion over common sense? I mean, what?
Yeah, it is, but that's what they're pandering to.
Who is pandering to who? What?
Okay. The Hillary campaign apparatus is trying to get the kind of voter that doesn't have a brain anyway.
Wait a second, though. Why isn't this necessary? I thought she was a lock. See, the problem with this rumor is that it doesn't fit with the narrative of Hillary Clinton, which is she's a lock. The nomination's hers. The presidency is hers. She can't lose. The Republicans are scared to death of her. The Democrats are afraid to death of her. It's finally her turn. She's owed this. So it doesn't matter what she looks like. But if it does matter what she looks like, then all the rest of this isn't true.
I don't know. I think it could be both. I think one is insurance against the other.
Well, you would be more informed than I on matters.
I don't know. Now, I don't
think there's any hope. Is my point. I think it's a waste of money and time myself. But
I had worked at a TV station in the Norfolk, Virginia area.
TV station, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was in the 1970s and 80s.
Right.
And back in the day, we were told by the owner of the television station that we needed to find a hook to put the story on.
Oh, yeah, the hook. That's just the narrative.
Yeah. Right.
It's just another term for the narrative.
Exactly. That's what I was... So this isn't anything new.
No.
Nope.
No. What's new is the journalism industry acknowledging that there is such a thing as the hook to the consumer, or acknowledging that there is such a thing as the narrative to the consumer. This is one of the deep, dark secrets that they taught in J school, that the news consumer was never to be told and never to know. Anyway, Jackie, I got to run. I'm a little long. I appreciate the call. Thanks much. We'll be right back. Don't go away. No. What David Brock was doing, Brock is raising money for Hillary under some PAC. I forget the name of the PAC. I don't care what the name is. And the Washington Post revealed that he was paying commissions. He went out and hired somebody named Mary Bonner, or Mary Pat Bonner, who was what's called a donor advisor. She works closely with Brock, and she was out doing the fundraising for Brock, and Brock gave her what amounts to a 12.5% commission on the money she brought in. So she's raising the money for Brock's group. And Brock is paying her. He paid her $3.5 million on $28 million that she raised. And the donors that donated that money got a little upset because they thought all the money was going to Hillary, number one. And number two, they don't know who Mary Pat Bonner is, or they might, but they don't know what she's doing with the money. I'm giving the money to Hillary. I want Hillary to be president. I'm not giving them. Who's getting that $3.5 million? They got ticked off. So Brock is now going to have to leave that pack, and he's sort of dangling participle out there, and may have to join some other pack to get this. So what Brock's trying to do is raise the most money so that he can get closer to Hillary if she's elected and be in line for some plum position. They're all doing that. But the fundraising apparatus has been revealed here as a bunch of egomaniacs driven for their own personal aggrandizement, not so much the election of Hillary. It's a kind of close race. But this is close to what was happening in 2008, and it all blew up on them because they, just like now, back in 2008, they all believed it was a slam dunk, that it was going to be a coronation. That Hillary's going to win the primary, she's going to win the general, and that was it. And it's the same damn thing. History is repeating itself now. And I've made no bones about this. I am, to this day, I'm as smart as anybody else. I watch this stuff as closely as anybody else. I understand it all. But the one thing I cannot grasp is the supposed inevitability of Hillary Clinton. I just don't get it. I don't understand why so many people think that her election to the White House is inevitable. I don't know why she instills such fear in the Republicans. And the reason is that I've got to be careful how I say this. No, it's just I want to be right about it. I don't see Hillary Clinton as smarter, more clever, more adept. I don't see her as in fact, I see Hillary as kind of nowhere near being able to match the reputation. I've always been curious about this. I've never understood. I got people to this day who have already given up. If Hillary's a nominee, we're toast. They believe it. They live in New York or Boston or Washington. That's what's common about them. Not that that's the only place. I just saw the clock. I've got to take a break, and I really hate having to interrupt myself right in the middle of this, but I'll be back.